Hey there everyone, and welcome to Map My Saga. Today, we're diving headfirst into a world of intrigue, ambition, and power struggles as we explore the captivating history of coups. Now, when we talk about coups, we're essentially talking about those moments in history when a group, often a military or political faction, decides to take matters into their own hands and overthrow the existing government. Coups often involve violence, chaos, and a whole lot of uncertainty. They can reshape nations, topple empires, and leave lasting impacts on the course of history. Sometimes it's about ideology, a clash of beliefs about how a country should be run. Other times it's about pure power, the insatiable hunger for control and dominance. From the assassination of Julius Caesar in ancient Rome to the attempted overthrow of Recep Tayyip Erdogan in modern-day Turkey, we'll uncover the stories of ambition, betrayal, and the relentless pursuit of power that have shaped our world. Our first stop takes us back to the heart of ancient Rome, a time of togas, gladiators, and, you guessed it, political turmoil. It's 44 BCE, and the Roman Republic, a system of government that had stood for centuries, was teetering on the brink of collapse. At the center of this political earthquake stood Julius Caesar, a brilliant military strategist and charismatic leader who had risen to unprecedented heights of power. Caesar's victories in Gaul had made him incredibly popular with the people, but his growing influence and ambition alarmed many in the Roman Senate. Rome prided itself on being a republic, not a dictatorship, and Caesar's accumulation of power, including his appointment as dictator perpetuo, or dictator for life, set off alarm bells throughout the halls of power. Fear and suspicion festered among the senators, and a conspiracy began to take shape, a plot to eliminate the perceived threat to the republic, Julius Caesar. On March 15th, a date etched into the annals of history as the Ides of March, Caesar entered the Roman Senate, unaware of the danger that awaited him. As he addressed the senators, a group of conspirators, led by Brutus and Cassius, men Caesar had considered allies, surrounded him. They struck, their daggers piercing his flesh, each blow a testament to their fear and desperation. Caesar, the seemingly invincible conqueror, fell victim to the very senators meant to represent the republic he had sworn to serve. In the aftermath of Caesar's assassination, Rome descended into chaos. Instead of ushering in an era of stability and unity, Caesar's assassination ignited a power vacuum that would plunge Rome into a series of bloody civil wars. The assassination of Julius Caesar serves as a stark reminder that even the most powerful figures can be vulnerable to the currents of political intrigue and the ambitions of those closest to them. Fast forward now to the mid-20th century, and our next coup takes us to Iran, a land steeped in history and caught in the crosshairs of the Cold War. This is the story of Operation Ajax, a covert operation orchestrated by the United States and Great Britain that would have far-reaching consequences for Iran and the wider Middle East. In 1951, Mohammad Mossadegh, a charismatic and democratically elected prime minister, rose to power in Iran. Mossadegh, a staunch nationalist, believed that Iran's vast oil reserves should benefit the Iranian people, not foreign powers. He moved to nationalize the Iranian oil industry, which had been primarily controlled by the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company, a British-owned entity. This bold move sent shockwaves through the Western world, particularly the United States and Great Britain, who relied heavily on Iranian oil and viewed Mossadegh's actions as a threat to their economic and geopolitical interests. The Cold War was in full swing, and the West feared that Mossadegh's nationalist policies might push Iran closer to the Soviet Union and its sphere of influence. The United States, under the Eisenhower administration, and Great Britain, eager to protect their oil interests, decided to intervene. They authorized a covert operation, codenamed Operation Ajax, with the aim of removing Mossadegh from power and installing a more pro-Western leader. The CIA, working with British intelligence, funneled money to opposition groups within Iran, bribed politicians and journalists, and orchestrated a propaganda campaign to undermine Mossadegh's government. In August 1953, the Iranian military, with the covert backing of the CIA, launched a coup d'état. Mossadegh was arrested and imprisoned, and Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, the Shah of Iran, who had fled the country during the initial unrest, was returned to power. The 1953 Iranian coup had profound consequences, solidifying the Shah's rule and transforming him into an authoritarian monarch with the backing of the United States. This resentment would ultimately contribute to the Iranian Revolution of 1979, which toppled the Shah and led to the establishment of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Our journey through the history of coups now takes us to South America, to the vibrant nation of Chile. It's 1973, and the Cold War casts a long shadow over the globe. In Chile, a democratically elected socialist president, Salvador Allende, is trying to navigate a path between the superpowers, but his efforts will be cut tragically short. Allende, a charismatic figure who had long championed the rights of the working class, came to power promising sweeping social and economic reforms. He aimed to nationalize key industries, redistribute land to peasants, and improve the lives of Chile's poorest citizens. However, Allende's socialist policies, while popular among his supporters, alarmed the United States and Chile's wealthy elite, who saw him as a threat to their interests. The Nixon administration, deeply suspicious of socialist movements, especially in its own backyard, authorized covert operations to destabilize Allende's government. The CIA provided funding and support to opposition groups, fomented unrest among truck drivers and other key sectors, and waged a propaganda war to undermine Allende's legitimacy. On September 11, 1973, the military, led by General Augusto Pinochet, launched a coordinated attack on the presidential palace and other key government buildings. Allende, refusing to abandon his post, died during the assault, the circumstances of his death still a subject of debate to this day. With Allende gone, Pinochet seized control of the government, ushering in a brutal dictatorship that would last for 17 long years. The Pinochet regime's legacy continues to haunt Chile to this day, serving as a chilling reminder of the human cost of Cold War politics and the fragility of democracy in the face of authoritarian ambition. Our exploration of coups now takes us to South Asia, to the nation of Pakistan. It's 1999 and tensions are running high between Pakistan and its neighbor India. The Kargil War, a brief but intense military conflict over the disputed region of Kashmir, has just ended, and Pakistan is grappling with the fallout. General Pervez Musharraf, the head of the Pakistani military, a seasoned and ambitious officer, emerges from the Kargil War with his reputation enhanced. He's seen by many as a decisive leader, a stark contrast to the civilian government led by Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, which is grappling with economic woes and accusations of corruption. Sharif, sensing the growing influence of the military and fearing a potential coup, attempts to assert his authority by dismissing Musharraf from his post. However, Sharif had miscalculated. The military, fiercely loyal to Musharraf, refused to accept the dismissal. On October 12, 1999, Musharraf, with the backing of the military, launched a bloodless coup d'état. Sharif's government was toppled, and Musharraf declared himself chief executive of Pakistan, effectively assuming dictatorial powers. Under Musharraf's rule, Pakistan experienced a period of significant economic growth and embarked on a path of social liberalization. However, Musharraf's rule was also marked by political repression and a crackdown on dissent. By 2008, facing mounting pressure from both within Pakistan and from the international community, Musharraf resigned from office and went into exile. Our final stop on this whirlwind tour of coups takes us to modern-day Turkey, a nation straddling the divide between Europe and Asia. It's July 2016, and the world watches as a faction within the Turkish military attempts to seize control from President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Erdogan, a polarizing figure, had become increasingly authoritarian, jailing journalists and political opponents. On the night of July 15th, tanks rolled into the streets and soldiers seized control of key buildings. Erdogan, using a mobile phone app, urged his supporters to resist the coup attempt. Hundreds of thousands heeded his call, confronting tanks and soldiers. The coup quickly collapsed, emboldening Erdogan to purge his opponents and consolidate power. That's it for our deep dive into the world of coups. From ancient Rome to modern-day Turkey, we've seen how the pursuit of power, the clash of ideologies, and the complexities of human ambition can lead to dramatic upheavals that reshape nations and leave lasting scars on the fabric of history. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram for more historical insights and stories. Until next time, keep exploring the past, because understanding history is key to navigating the present and shaping the future.